Ladies and gentlemen, a new snapshot for Minecraft Java Edition 1.13 has been released. Here is Snapshot 18w16a. This one contains new world generation and a whole bunch of bug fixes, 2 blocks, gameplay, mobs, and more. My name is slicedlime, let me guide you on a tour through all of these changes. Let's start with that new world generation. There's a new world type, it's called Buffet. It's currently restricted to a single biome, and you can choose between overworld and end terrain generators, which means that you can use an overworld biome with the end terrain generator, creating some new and very interesting Sky Island type maps. There are also some notes to keep an eye on this screen, because there might be more things on the way, so this is sure to be expanded in the future. In the normal world generations, there's also new fixes. The ocean temperature, the ocean biomes distribution is changed in this version, so there should be a nicer transition between different type of oceans in this one. Also, coral fans now generate naturally. And let's keep on the topic of corals as we move into changes to blocks, because mining coral blocks now requires silk touch on your pickaxe. More changes to blocks. Blue ice is now a little bit less slippery. Traveling on top of blue ice blocks is now slightly slower than traveling on top of packed ice blocks. Bug fix with sponge blocks. If you placed a sponge, it didn't soak up flowing water, that's fixed in this version. And also sponges would soak up lava, that's fixed in this version. One more block fix, this one is sea pickles. You couldn't place those on top of non-solid blocks, and you can in this version. More gameplay fixes. Lava on top of water didn't turn into stone properly, that's fixed now. And when water spreads and it would turn into a source block, then it now immediately just turns into a source block right away instead of making 2 changes like that. Also, water turning into ice would delete any other block that was occupying the same space as that water block. Magma blocks and soul sand blocks didn't generate bubble columns and current if there was only 1 block of water above them. And the same goes if you pour a water on top of magma blocks, then you wouldn't get a bubble column, and that's also fixed. If you were in a bubble column and you were touching the ceiling, then you would still drown even though you were in a bubble column, that is fixed in this version. Sprinting underwater while you were flying in creative mode would make you start swimming instead, that's fixed. Also, you could trigger the swimming animation while riding a horse, that's fixed in this version. If you were falling when you were hit by a levitation effect, then the fall damage wouldn't reset, so you would take all of the fall damage when you fell after the levitation ended. Turtle Master Potions, the strong version of that would make players invincible. Now it instead gives resistance 4 and slowness of 6. Tweak to that one. Also, turtle shell water breathing effect began to count down as soon as your feet hit the water, not your head. That's fixed in this version. And the turtle helmet will no longer give you particle effects. Also, your airtime was not properly clamped at 300 ticks, so sometimes you'd get an 11th bubble to appear depending on the overflow airtime. Finally, if you tried to pick block on the bottom part of a kelp or double seagrass, then it wouldn't work. Changes to mobs in this snapshot. Now, the drown can sometimes be found inside of ruins on the bottom of the ocean. And also, the drowned would drop tridents from loot tables and then also from what they held in their hands. That has been fixed in this version. And let's stay with the water theme. Salmon and tropical fish. When they were out of the water, when they're on land, their hitboxes would be incorrectly positioned. That's fixed in this version. Also, pufferfish, salmon, cod, and tropical fish spawn eggs were in the wrong positions in the creative inventory. It was possible to duplicate fish using waterlogged blocks, that's fixed in this version, and water buckets would be able to catch dying fish, that's also fixed. Let's talk about a couple of fixes to Redstone, and let's start with the fish bucket theme. Dispensers would not use fish buckets properly, and they do now. Also, bubble columns could be pushed by pistons, that's also fixed in this version. Bunch of graphics fixes too, most notably the lava was tinted incorrectly in the previous version, that's fixed now, and the bottom side of water was not properly tinted either, that's also fixed. Conduits, the new blocks added in the previous snapshots, have their particle effects changed in this one, and when you deploy Lytra wings, then your camera would instantaneously snap into the new position. That's been fixed now, so the camera will smoothly move to the new position. Also, fins of dying cods and some tropical fish with Z-Fight show a graphical glitch, and villagers and witches' right arms didn't have the texture flipped. They do in this one. Some technical behind the scenes stuff starting in the user interface. The biome names are now translatable. Also, the code that finds spawn positions for mobs has been optimized, and in the process a new block tag has appeared. It's called valid_spawn and defines which blocks that mobs can spawn on. There's also now a distinction between scheduled liquid ticks and block ticks, and there are new block and item tags for coral. And that's all that was changed in this snapshot. If you want to try it out, head into your Minecraft launcher, go to the Launch Options tab, and enable snapshots in there. Read the message, click OK, and then head back to your News tab, where now you'll be able to select a latest snapshot profile from the drop-down box next to the play button. Select that, start the game, and now you'll be playing the latest snapshot version, which is currently this one, 18w16a. Do keep in mind that snapshots are development versions, they can crash or corrupt your world, so keep in mind that any world that you use this version on might not be playable in the future, so try it on a test world or on a copy of your world. That is all for this time. My name is slicedlime, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.